The ban on Thermocol is welcome, but what about the artists whose livelihoods depend on it? Nana Sahib Shankar with a Makhar made of cardboard. Photo, Atul Campbell. Nana Sahib Shankar will attest that Thermocol was his greatest friend and darkest enemy. A reputable name for gain shots of decorations in the city, Shankar talks of the first time he used a Thermocol sheet as a student at the Sara J School of Art in the late 1970s. I made R500 from my Thermocol decorations, and used a fifth of it to pay my semester fees, he says. Nostalgia takes a grave turn, however, when he talks about a decorative arts factory he set up in 1980 in Lanamabla, the village in Ahmednagar where he grew up. It was good business for the village, but I also saw how the ponds were filling up with Thermocol, how the caregivers were suffering health problems, and how the air was getting polluted. And then, my factory burned down in 2001, he says. What remained of the factory were just 20 truckloads of Thermocol waste. That's when I decided to shut it down. My decision didn't stem from a need to be environment-friendly, though I had felt I was doing something harmful. Now, after 20 years, the government has shown us the path, says Shankar. Mumbai is known for its boisterous gain shots of celebrations, during which we have come to expect glitzy decorations and Makhar's elaborate temple-like structures that house the idols. Even homes have a small-scale, domestic version of these. The government's ban on plastic and Thermocol, announced on March 23 this year, is a welcome step. But possibly at the cost of the livelihoods of the artisans who make decorative items, starting from gain shots of right up to Navratri and Diwali. Thermocol of various decorative shapes lying around in a workshop. Adult gain shots of about 10 days ago, the Bombay High Court turned down a petition filed by the Thermocol Fabricator, Trader and Decoration Association, which sought a relaxation on the ban for the festivities in September. Idris Sher, the secretary of the association, is dismayed that the government hasn't found a solution for the thousands of decorators across Maharashtra who have been affected by the ban. Sher, who has been in the business of making Makhars for 25 years, was in Nagpur last week, for talks with the government. We are not against the Thermocol ban, but our business is only during this festival season. We cannot even sell in another state because no one celebrates the Ganesh festival like we do, he tells us. Midday spoke to several decorators as well as those who sculpt Thermocol for packaging. The business expects a huge loss in the coming weeks, with some decorators claiming about R4 lakh and others claiming R20 lakh, should the High Court not relax the ban till the festival is over. Among them is Deepak Kadam, who runs his business from Snyder. He says that half a year's worth of work now lies doomed. He voices what most decorators feel is a prejudice in the ban, that while the material that sustains their business has to be issued, those who use it for packaging have been untouched. At Dadar, you'll find the flower market using Thermocol to transport flowers, electronics shops use Thermocol for their goods, and the fish market uses it to keep fish fresh. It feels like only our business has been targeted, he says. A Ganpati Thermocol Makhar, but these decorators will also tell you of the time when there was no Thermocol for gain shots of. Kiran Kaur, the president of Shri Gajanan Thermocol Sahavat Kalakar Seva Sanstha, another association, says, when I was young, there was no Thermocol. People used clay, leaves and flowers and we made decorations together. Decorator Arun Darakar, of Daughter's Chobildas Galley, where gain shots of decoration material is sat out, says there was a time when all that an idol had was a rotating chakra. I used to assist artists, who used to make these chakras. Then came the Simhasan throne. The public wanted more and more elaborate backgrounds and Thermocol started coming in, he says. A very viable alternative. Shankar, who runs his business multi-story building in Parel's Ganesh Gully, says decorators are focusing too much on the ban instead of looking at alternatives. Since he shut down the factory, Shankar has been using cardboard as an alternative to create intricate designs on the Makhars. The best part is that his Makhars are foldable and can be easily recycled, unlike Thermocol. With this ban, there is a chance for families to come together and use natural materials, or buy Makhars made of paper that can be assembled at home. It can be just like the old days, he says. Court says that next year, they will follow the High Court's directives and look into corrugated MDF medium-density fiberboard, paper, which is like cardboard, as alternatives. But, he wonders, for now, how will the government compensate their losses? It was share March 23rd day the state GOVT announced the ban on plastic. So reduces soil quality. It is light, so a prime source of marine debris. It releases poisonous gases upon burning. It adversely affects the respiratory health of workers dealing with it. Kira and Cord catch up on all the latest crime, national, international and Hatki news here. Also download the new Midday Android and iOS apps to get latest updates.